Hey guys, welcome back. Uh, so my character, my Road to Last series has hit off now. I published it yesterday, and since then, all three of the series, all three of the videos, managed to hit above their threshold, like quite a lot. Rockbeard got to 20 likes, Cardmaster got to 19, and Fish Guy got to 15. So I kind of knew that Fish Guy wouldn't have as many takers because he's very straightforward. Rockbeard seems pretty fun, and so does Cardmaster. So I will be doing them in order of likes now, I suppose. If Fish Guy decides to get a whole bunch of followers suddenly, then I'll just do him next. But until then, the order is going to probably be Rockbeard, Cardmaster, Fish Guy. So let's start with Rockbeard. Before we start, I suppose I'm gonna have to just let everyone know that thank you so much for the support. Like, pretty much, you guys are awesome. I wasn't expecting this at all. I was kind of just, hoping that it would be a long-term project. It would be pretty fun to see, like, a slow trickle of people come in. Maybe they would cast their vote. But clearly it blew up way higher than, way more than I expected. But yeah. Oh, that's great. So we will be able to continue Rockbeard, and we'll be able to see, how he finishes his life. Hopefully he'll be very powerful. I'm assuming he would be. The potion of experience that we got last time helps immensely. It's going to be giving us. It already gave us like an extra 25 health or something. It's also got us to 16 Earth Magic, which is enough to make all these spells really powerful. So Stone Arrow is already maxed out in power. It's hitting for a lot now. I hope I don't make a silly mistake like this. Alright, I got him. And Lee's Rapid Deconstruction, while it's going to be less effective in Lair, which is really open, it'll still have its merits, its uses. Because there'll be a lot of areas where I can just kind of blast them if they're standing next to a doorway. This is not one of those times. I'm going to back off a little bit. Yeah, so in regards to the continuation of this series, I will eventually... Wow, that's 2 rings that are cursed. Okay. Let's get rid of both of these. I can't get rid of that? Okay, good. Yeah, I will be adding more of these videos, more of these potential characters that could get some good... get to Lair, and then go beyond if people want to see it. I will be able to do that. I'll be adding probably one every fortnight or every week, depending on how it goes, obviously. There's a... what is it? A labyrinth somewhere around here. I can just explore and use the fact that I'm a deep dwarf, so I get kind of magic mapping, and I hope that I can reveal the tile with the... Oh, that's a Hydra. Let's petrify it, and then just Stone Arrow it to death. Oh, it didn't work. Alright. Lee's Rapid Deconstruction. Let's haste ourselves. I don't want to get too close to this guy. There we go. Okay, I think I'm gonna just lose the labyrinth outright. I'm gonna wait until all the wolves get close, and then I'm gonna just blast them to death with the deconstruction. This is kind of scary. I'm gonna deconstruct over here. Alright, it's fine. Let's use fire to get rid of both of these enemies at once. The Komodo dragon didn't get killed there. Draining. Nope, that didn't work. Let's use cold. Yeah, took them both out. I'm actually going to use the magic mapping now, just so that I don't accidentally lose the labyrinth for no reason. I think the labyrinth is really good. It's fairly safe, and it tends to have the best EXP, not EXP, item to danger ratio, I suppose. You have to fight one enemy, and like some of these other random ones, and that's it. Oh, one of haste again. That's some nice loot this guy has. Alright, let's continue on. So, for those of you that don't know, Labyrinth is an area where you have 3 types of rocks. The normal stone ones, these orange stone ones, and these black stone ones. And they they continue. They tell you basically how close you are to the center or to the exit. And at the exit there's a Minotaur, and he guards the stairs up. So that's where we have to head. We're already in the grey area. It's pretty variable as to how long it can take for you to finish one of these. It could take you like 3,000, 4,000 turns, or it could take you like 200. It just depends on the luck, I guess. So I found a lot of dead ends in this Blackrock area. So I'm trying to find a way in that gets me to where I want to be. Unfortunately, I'm just hitting a lot of dead ends, so I'm gonna have to go around. Every so often, I think the dungeon, the floor shuffles itself, which is extra annoying. But sometimes it does open up paths, so I will occasionally travel through areas that I already have. I'm actually going to use Lee's Rapid Deconstruction here, hoping to break through. Yeah, there we go. That's a little known use of the spell, I guess. It's not at all efficient, but when I'm needing an extra digging, I might as well, right? Alright, so I've gone like all the way around the orange area, all the way to this edge tile, unnaturally hard rock, which I can't dig through. Because that's the edge of the map, of course. We're in the black area again. Not really seeing a way in though. Yeah, this is... Oh, there it is. Let's use the Lee's Rapid Deconstruction. At this, using it on these black stone tiles, I think it does a lot of damage. I picked up a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to drop it all, and then pick up the ones that I feel are necessary. Okay, so... let's get rid of the Draining Wand. Let's read this thing. That sucks for us, because it just took out a huge amount of health. This new wand, this new robe. Contaminate, Arpoise, RC, RN, MP9. Okay, that's definitely better than our robe, so I'll probably keep that on. A Rune Dagger. Dagger of Protection. That's not as good as my Dagger of Protection. I guess the Book of Changes can come with us, but I'm going to drop it immediately. Is there anything in my inventory, in my spell list that I need? Not particularly. I could pick up the Ringmail, but I don't really want it. I mean, I kind of do. I'll bring it up with me, because I have the slots. The Discus Storms, I guess, can come up as well. Yeah, nothing else is that interesting. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to immediately throw down the Ringmail, because it's not necessary. And also the Book of Changes, because I'll never use it. And I guess the Hindrance. I normally leave the books all my books at Layer 1, but I'm kinda... It's Layer 2, it's the same thing, basically. So this character is now lacking some good conjurations, I suppose. I'm in melee with a Hydra, that's dangerous. But, you know, I risked it, because I'm bad. Yeah, so don't ever be in melee with a Hydra. I don't think I need the Sandblast anymore. I think the extra AC is already better that I'm getting from the protection. I'm actually going to get Stone Skin as well, just in case I need it. An extra, is it 8 AC, I think? ET. Oops, that's not... How do I do this? IT, there we go. It has no effect on the undead, blah blah blah. Hardens the cost of skin, so I get 4 AC from that. That's not as good as I thought it would be. 4 AC is okay, I guess. So I want to tag the leading guy with Petrify, and I need to back off, wait for it to be fully petrified, and then I'll just blast away at the petrified yak. And that should be able to take him out, and it does, of course. This is a Hydra. For some reason it's not getting petrified. Yeah, I don't know, Petrify seems to not be working too much, and I'm just going to cast a whole bunch of Lee's Rapid Deconstruction on it. I think petrifying someone gives them armor, I'm not too sure though. It feels like they are tankier. But yeah, you can cast Lee's Rapid Deconstruction on petrified enemies, which is a pretty sick combo. This is some lava area. That's okay, I think I can take everything on in here. There might be a Fire Drake at some point. Oh, this could be scary. Well, I just have to Stone Arrow it, right? I don't really have... Lee's Rapid Deconstruction, I don't want to use it on myself, obviously. It's gonna hurt quite badly. You can already see how much damage it's doing. It's doing way more than Iron Shot, than Stone Arrow even does. So, you know, using it on myself would not be fun. I also realized that I should probably be training some invocations just so that I can get the McCleb powers up. But for now, I'll just leave it because I want to get my other spells up. I'm going to turn Rocks off auto pickup. I think that's the / button for those that don't know. Scroll of Identify. Let's what scrolls of what ones do we have? We have Hasting, Heal Wounds, Teleport. Okay, so let's just which one will give me the biggest power spike? I'm thinking the legendary deck of cards, the Shadow. So what does that do? Let's look up the card. Shadow. Twin Pairs, Grey Rags. Just one level of stealth. That doesn't seem very good. Oh well, that's still fine. Let's get rid of another protection from magic. Polymorph. Confusion doesn't seem that useful anymore. Lignification can probably go. Anything else? Nah, that's good. Yeah, I'm being pretty proactive with the way that I manage my inventory, because I don't want to be constantly dropping one thing at a time. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so +3 Ring of Intelligence. I already have 42 mana, so you know, an extra 9 isn't gonna help me that much. Maybe it will. Oh, that was silly of me. I should have immediately started. Oh damn, Nagail is Death's Door, so she's invincible for now. I'm gonna have to just wait for her Death's Door to go out, and then I'll just kill her. There we go, get in a good spot. Stand near the wall. Why just stand near the wall? That was silly of you. Alright, so, yeah, Nagail, the one reason why she's annoying is because she has Death's Door. If she didn't have it, she'd be pretty weak. Or I guess against... Certain characters have difficulty dealing with her, but this definitely isn't one of them. Rockbeat is strong. Let's use Lee's Rapid Deconstruction. Ow, okay. So I need to somehow get away. I'm going to use my Wand of Hasting, the one that I've ID'd. I'm going to use Petrify, and then I'm going to pull back and wait for the Hydra to stand near it. Good. And then I can now use Deconstruction on both of them. And you can see here the power of McCleb. I haven't used my Heal Wounds one at all, ever since I got McCleb, I don't think. I've just been purely regenerating off him. So that's pretty insane. Let's pull this way. And then I guess we can... maybe we shouldn't. We should. I used Lee's Rapid Deconstruction there because the chance of me regenerating a lot of health from killing those wolves was really high compared to the chance of me taking a lot more damage. So I just decided, you know, it's a good idea. Not a good idea, but it's an idea. I would never condone hitting yourself with spells. That just doesn't seem right. Alright, I'm just gonna go back up. And then I can stand near a wall, wait for them to get... Oh, I need to stand in line of sight of the wall, apparently. Yeah, it's just... Playing an Earth Elementalist in Lair is a little bit different from playing it in, say, Dungeon, because, you know, there's a lot less walls to be breaking down. They're not as common in Lair. Like, I suppose you don't really notice it until you play one. But yeah, there's a lot of walls in Dungeon, like a lot. Like pretty much everywhere you go, there's gonna be like 10 different places where you can shoot, you can deconstruct. So yeah, it's a very good place. But here I have to kind of back off a little bit, make sure they're staying near a wall, and then I can just blast away. This is a Zom tile. I'm gonna use Stone Arrow on that sheep, and that's gonna kill all of them. Zom Vault, not a Zom tile. I kind of want to make sure that I have an arch. Nah. I was gonna say that I needed one of those spell booster robes, but they're not very important. They're unnecessary for a character. You don't need them, especially with this one. I've already got pretty high damage on all of my spells. Let's see what this is. Ring of Invisibility, don't want it. I probably don't need the extra magical power as well. There was a Warped Trident. That looks good. +6 anti-magic RN. No, that cuts my mana down, so I don't want it. Yeah, anti-magic would be great, on a melee, but it's not good on a mage, obviously. Josephine, so she has ghostly fireballs. Hopefully they don't kill me. I'm gonna keep backing off until she stands near a wall, and then I'm just gonna deconstruct. I move diagonally down there so that the Spriggan Rider would be inclined to follow suit. It's pretty weird. I find that predicting enemy movement is pretty intuitive, but you know, it's obviously very hard unless you've got some time in the game. You don't really know how to affect enemy movement. So I moved diagonally down there. I don't know, if you rewatch it, you'll probably see what I'm talking about. I just did it instinctually, and then I realized I probably need to talk about that. We just got a Book of Frost. That's not very helpful. What's this? It's a Scroll of Frog. Frog? One of those. Alright, so this is actually pretty easy so far. I have not found any enemies that have been dangerous just yet. Probably just going to enchant this Dagger of Protection again. I don't really need another dagger, so... I don't really need another weapon, so having a dagger is fine for now. +2 evade would be good, but I think I have better stuff for now. I think the... Oh. Hang on. That was a bit of a mistype. Let's... Uncursed Amulet of Clarity. So I'm just trying to consider the items that I'm going to get. I don't know if Clarity is really that great for this character. It's going to be put on and then forget about, most likely. I don't know, Clarity doesn't seem that powerful for this character. Like, I'm not doing anything that would require Clarity, or I'm not screwed immediately if I don't have Clarity, so, you know. I'm trying to weigh that up with Resist Mutation. I don't really want any bad mutes, so I'm probably just going to keep the Mutation one on. If there's an enemy that is going to definitely confuse the crap out of me, I will probably put the Clarity on, or I might just forget. See, like, this is why I wanted to, apparently I didn't even have the Mutation on. Now it's on. Get rid of Silence, random effects. Let's just eat a ration. Eat that royal jelly. Book of Debilitation? Jesus, that was weird. Nothing in here that's useful. Yeah, I'm just looking over, like, I'm just constantly looking over what my spell list looks like, in case I miss a power spike. I wouldn't want to miss something really good, like, say, Iron Shot or something. Yeah, I'm just Lee's Rapid Deconstructing myself now. No real reason, I just kind of want to see how it works. I think the Hydra... Oh, excellent, the Hydra got petrified. Which means that I just gotta kill him from range. Yeah, so I'm just trying to LRD myself. And I just want to see if I, like, take too much damage. And it doesn't seem so. If I kill a lot of stuff, I don't seem to be doing... I seem to be okay. I need to petrify this thing. And then just deconstruct it a bunch. And the reason why is because I know there's a Hydra around the corner. Which is now completely dead. If it wasn't dead in the first 2 casts, it would have been dead in the next 2. Alright. Continuing on. Conjuration is at 11, spellcasting is at 10. Earth Magic can probably go off now. I'm going to put some into fighting, and I'm going to turn Conjurations... I'm going to turn spellcasting down, and I'm going to put some in dodging. So I'm going to start working on my defenses a little bit more. Wow, this would be a really great place. I know I'm going to get knocked off the stairs, but I kind of don't care. I am strong enough to take on this entire horde, as long as I get some good LRDs. I'm going to pull up. That didn't work. Okay, now I'm kind of screwed. That's okay though. I'm just going to go walk around. Yeah, so you got to understand that while elephants are able to, you know, push you off staircases, you can actually do things like that, where where the elephant can't, even if he tramples you, you can't because you're blocked by the mushroom. So you can just leave anyway and pretend they weren't an issue. I just accidentally rested again because I forgot that I'm not able to regen. Let's petrify this and then just blast it at range. I don't know why I did that. It's actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure that petrifying gives them more defense, so I probably shouldn't do that. I'm just blasting away. But this is taking a while because I'm only using starting spellbook. spells, and that's making it kind of difficult for me to obviously kill enemies like elephants now. I'm a little bit weaker than I should be. With Vehement or something, I would usually have Iron Shot or something. Just something to tide me over until mid-game comes. But, of course, Deep Dwarves don't want to go with Vehement because mana's not really that useful compared to health for them. So, you know, it makes sense why I would... Oh, I got pushed off the tile again. That's right. It makes sense why they would pick Macleod. There's no real other god to pick. For a Deep Dwarf anyway. I guess Trog, but Trog is a special case. You pick Trog on everyone. Let's deconstruct like that. Yeah, so this is a little bit more tedious than I would like, but can't really do anything about it. I'm sitting about half health now. That's not terrible. I'm okay with that. Let's deconstruct, because given the ridiculous amounts of AoE that I have, yeah, being at this low health just means that I need to kill a couple more enemies before I reach full, like that. I know Maud's up to the north, so I'm just kind of trying to rest here, get as much mana as I can. Let's see if I can petrify. So she has a 25% chance to petrify. Let's shoot one. Didn't work. I'm gonna back off to here. Okay, I'm gonna take the Hydra with me, I think. He shouldn't be doing too much damage to me because he's low damage, but he's very high number of hits. And because of the way Deep Dwarf damage shaving works, I will be taking less damage per hit. So I will be reducing a lot of his damage. So I didn't feel too bad being in melee with the Hydra for a turn. Of course, though, like, if you want to talk about good habits, you would never let a Hydra sit in melee with you, ever. In any situation. Unless you're a, like, 2-rune character and you have a blunt weapon, I would never touch a Hydra in melee. It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like the right thing to do. It feels bad. You just get this, like, voice in the back of your head saying, this is suicidal. Oh, there's an electric gear. Now he's dead. So at least the rapid deconstruction is just pretty much carrying me through Lair. I'm hoping that I get something good by the end of it, or I might have to pick up like Bolt of Draining or something just to give me a bit more AoE, different types of AoE. I can't eat any of these corpses, right? Yeah, I can't. Oh well. So I know Maud's somewhere on this floor. I don't know how my damage stacks with hers. Maud's a girl, I think. I might be getting mixed up with Francis. I don't know. Food seems to be a bit of an issue, mostly because I'm not seeing too many enemies. Okay, so Petrify doesn't work. I'm gonna pull back until she gets into... Is it a girl? Yeah, she's a warrior princess, so it is a girl. Alright, well, I'm doing absolutely nothing to her, so I'm gonna back off now. I'm gonna run this deck of shadows, I guess. Let's just keep... I suppose I'm just gonna keep drawing for that legendary deck until it does something useful. Oh, that's an elixir card. That's good. Always good. Let's shoot a Wand of Cold at him, I guess. Nothing's really happening. I'm gonna quaff a magic potion and then Lee's rapid deconstruction. The reason why I did that is because obviously that was getting really long for a fight, and I didn't want to have to repeat that. I'm getting trampled by elephants now, which is pretty bad. So I'm just gonna go around in circles until something good happens. This is gonna hurt me a lot. Okay, that was actually okay. Yeah, so these statues are really potent. They do Firestorm level, Firestorm-sized damage. I don't know how to say that. Like they hit in for a very big size. Yeah, so these rapid deconstruction, just keep doing it, I guess. I don't know. This is actually surprising how easily this character is able to, you know, walk away and just tank a lot of things. Even though he's a mage, he has a lot of health and he has a lot of dodging and stuff, which I can attribute partially to the experience potion. But right now I'm training both the fighting and dodging, so I would have... Oops, I missed that one. That was a bit sad. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to keep walking back and forth. Sorry if it gets a bit tedious, but, you know, what can I do? I'm trying very hard. Until, man, I'm starving a lot. I guess it's because I have so much hunger on that spell. It doesn't matter, though. Alright, so everything in this floor better be dead, man. Seriously, this is a lot of things that I killed this game. I'm actually going to put the buckler on and start training up shields. Reason being is I don't really feel threatened. But my killing power is good enough for the spells I have. And I'm already training defense. Might as well train another one. And because I'm in robes, bucklers only need 4 to get rid of everything. I mean, all the penalties and stuff. So, you know, it's a good spell. It's a good thing to train. We're at layer 8 now. There's a lot of dangerous enemies here. I'm really worried about the downstairs now because I saw 2 death yaks, I saw hydras. I just saw a lot of enemies. I don't know if I want to even go down anymore. I'm just gonna poke around, I suppose, and see what's happening. If I can get that crowd to disperse. Oh, it doesn't look like it. Let's pull back. These rapid deconstruction. I'm pretty low on health, so I'm actually gonna use a heal wounds. I accidentally rested again, like an idiot. Yeah, so Deep Dwarf, the main issue with playing them is just remembering that I need stone skin up. Alright, cool. I'm gonna take care of these hydras, take care of these yaks, and I'm probably gonna go down a different set of stairs for this one. So I have one more staircase. This is the last staircase I have, before everything else is surrounded by enemies. So I need to be very aware that everything needs to die around the staircase. I need to make a safe area, because the other two have tons of enemies around them. This one is not looking good either. There seems to be... I think Lee's rapid deconstruction is really loud. Does it tell me? It says it is extremely loud. Fair enough. Okay, so that's probably why I'm... that's very likely why I'm forced to kill everything on the floor before it clears. Because LRD is just constantly, I suppose, drawing enemies towards me. So I'll try to use Stone Arrow a little bit more if I can. But, you know, there are a lot of situations where I don't want to. Like here, for example, this is a much better case where I can get 3 guys with my with the spell, rather than just hitting 1 with Stone Arrow. I don't know, it's a question of efficiency versus safety. I guess standing near this staircase is actually good for me, because I'm drawing all the enemies out. Okay, this is a potentially very dangerous area. Yep, I knew it. I'm going to use a Scroll of Fear, and then I'm going to attempt to kill... Come on. Attempt to kill this Guardian Naga. I'm going to pull back, and I'm going to start killing the other stuff. Yeah, so the Guardian Naga's ability to blink stuff was just really critical in that. I was a bit scared, so I knew that I had to haste early. Because the second that... Unfortunately, this character has no personal defense, I suppose. And by that I mean, like, once enemies get into range, I can only Stone Arrow you. I can't really Lee's rapid deconstruction. Unless I have a really good position, I suppose. This is not a good position at all. So let's try this one. That works. Okay. Yeah, so I have, like, very little personal defense. I don't have blink and stuff, so, you know, I knew that I had to haste, or else I probably would have had nowhere to run. It would have taken some turns to get rid of the enemies to let me out, and then it would have taken another turn or 2 to get out. Okay, so I have no hasting. I have 1 hasting left. That's okay. I didn't really expect to have any in the first place. There's a lot of hydras on this floor. That's kind of sad. Can I paralyze you? No? Alright, well, I'll just Stone Arrow you. Yeah, I'm taking very little damage from these guys. Probably because of the protection, and also because of whatever I'm using that's giving me so much armor. I'm not sure how I have 19, but that's very good. Can I deconstruct things here? I know there's an alligator near me, but I kind of wanted to see if I could get some good value out of that deconstruction. This is really bad for me. I'm going to try to confuse this thing. I need to get a bolt spell. There we go. Yeah, at 0 mana, I'm basically useless. I'm as weak as I was in D2, so yeah, I don't really want to be there. I don't want to be in that position. Oh man. Yeah, hunger's being a bit of an issue, even though all my other spells are hungerless. Me spamming LRD is actually hurting me. I'm gonna keep pumping up the dagger of protection. There's no real reason why. Now, at this point, I don't really care about my weapon again. So, I know +7 looks a bit ridiculous on a dagger, but you know, what can you do? I'm just gonna keep casting LRD and hope that it works. It doesn't seem to be working too amazingly so far. It's doing okay. Let's LRD here. That was an excellent one. That did a lot of damage. I guess we can LRD like that. Nope. Miscast. Okay, that was a big one. Yeah, I'm just trying to basically... so, LRD has basically half a chance to be... not half, I don't know what the actual percentage is, but it has a chance to be the opaque plus the solid targeting, so that entire distance, and it also has the... but it will always hit the opaque. I don't know if that made any sense at all. But like, it has a chance to be bigger than usual, and that's what the take-home message is. Also, this guy is hurting me real bad. Let's LRD. Okay, I'm in a lot of danger now. I'm going to use 1 heal wounds, and then I'm going to wait until everything comes close, and then I'm going to use LRD like that. Okay, good. So yeah, I'm risking it a little bit because I know that if LRD is really big, it'll be amazing because it'll just hit like everything. But I'm also making sure that I can at least hit something if my LRD isn't big. I don't know. I don't know why it took so long to talk about that. I have difficulty explaining things that I assume are just known or intuitive, because you know these things are like. Okay, I'm gonna do a risky one here. Yep. So what that was is me shooting myself, and I knew that was risky because. Oh, what was that? It is the shaft. That didn't do anything. Fortitude. This is pointless. Okay. Yeah. So I was just. That was a complete accident. I drank a potion of magic. That's probably gonna kill me later. So yeah, if there's any situation where I needed magic, a potion of magic, and you know I just don't get it, you guys can tell me that I'm an idiot. The Morningstar of Eos I picked up kind of like without thinking. I just kind of automatically picked it up, but I realize now that it's actually not a good idea because, of course, you know, even though it's a great weapon, it's not going to help me a lot because minus telly is not good, and also the fact that you know I don't really need a weapon. Oh man, this floor is actually quite long. All right, cool. Hydra got deconstructed to hell because I could petrify him. I can't really get anything good here. I'm gonna wait until the Hydra lines up with the Yak, and then I'm gonna use LRD. Hopefully I can get both of them. Yes, I can. Excellent. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna heal all my mana, and I'm gonna go back. I'm not really too fussed about LRDing myself now because I've noted that the damage it does to me is really small for some reason. There's artifact gloves here. That's good. What can I drop? I don't need these credit needles. +0 RF plus. I'm gonna keep that. I need the armor mod right now, but obviously RF plus is a great thing to have. So it will stay with. It'll stay on my. I suppose not keep on hand, but at least be aware that it exists list, I guess. There's not a lot I can drop right now. I want to drop my books at layer 1. I know I should just drop it here. I'll drop the Book of Beasts here. I know I'm going to want summon butterflies at some point, but whatever. This helmet is exactly the same as the hat, so I'm just going to drop the hat. A Scroll of Recharging is excellent. I'm going to use it on the Hasting. And the reason why is because at this point it's more important to me than the health. So we got the Dog Vault. There's going to be a lot of... Oh, maybe it's the Dog and Bear Vault. I'm not really sure. It looks like the Dog and Bear. It's pretty big though, which is kind of sad. We've been playing for a while. almost 30 minutes to complete Lair. Probably because this character is a little bit slower, being a mage and all. Melees tend to be really fast for me. Even though the early game is always the same, in terms of time, roughly. Playing the mid game is just, I don't feel as comfortable with a mage compared to melees. Like, melee, I always know what I'm doing, pretty much. There's no real time where I get stuck, because every situation I've gone through, I already know what to do. Mages, sometimes there's some interesting stuff like, I don't have enough killing power, which is a really odd dilemma for me, because I rarely have that. Your killing power comes from your weapon. If it doesn't, what should it come from? Spells, right? But sometimes you just don't have access to good spells, so you have to kind of figure out how to deal with it. Like, this character right now has very few offensive spells, other than the starting book and a couple of ice ones. So I'm actually considering going into ice for a little while, but actually Bolt of Draining is probably the only one that does any damage right now, apart from LRD, of course. So I don't know, I'm a bit stuck. Hopefully the dungeon will give me more and better stuff. What is this Dazzling Morning Star? Let's drop the Confusion. I want to keep it Draining just because it's a bolt spell, basically. See, now that's the Morning Star of Untimely Demise. Is that me? Is that a joke? Does he know that it's me? I don't think he does. I don't think the game knows. Let's pretend he does. So that's my artifact. They put me in the game, guys. No, they didn't. My name is just a word, so that's probably why. Anyway, getting sidetracked. Yeah, that looks like a pretty good weapon, actually. I might just use it as my beating up dudes weapon, because it's plus 11. It's very highly enchanted. It's higher than maximum enchant. So, you know, it does have its merits. Let's read this scroll of acquirement. I don't need wands at all. I don't need armor. I have great armor. I don't need jewelry. I need a staff or a book. So a book is a very short-term thing. I'm gambling like crazy to get a book. Staff is also a gamble. It could be either completely useless or not. Weapon is useless. Food is useless. Gold is useless for now. Ammunition is useless. Miscellaneous, useless. Wand. Okay, so book is probably the right answer here. Book of the Dragon. That gives me Bolt of Fire. That's actually good enough for me. I'm happy with that. I'm going to start using this as my main conjuration spell for a little while. Shields is done. Fire magic will start being trained. It's not going to be my main. I'm still going to be an Earth Elementalist, but for now, until I find a good Earth spell, I'm going to be using Bolt of Fire. And that should be able to take me through the 1 to 2 rune game, for sure. That's enough killing power, and I know that for a fact. And once I find some better weapons, some better spells, I'll have no qualms whatsoever. Let's just, man. Let's get rid of this Disc of Storms. I don't even know why it's in my inventory. Let's pick up this book, see what it is. Bolt of Magma is actually far better of a choice for me, because I already have Earth Magic. Yeah, Bolt of Magma is already better. So I'm going to train Fire Magic up to maybe 5, and then I'll just use Bolt of Magma otherwise. I'm actually going to forget Bolt of Fire. I don't need it anymore. I think the spell from the Butt Guy's Book of Blazing whatever, I think Bolt of Magma is better. It's slightly less damage, but it's also irresistible, which is a very nice side effect. And I can use it right now, which is why it's better as well. Yeah, let's ignore that. So Bolt of Fire is going to give me... Bolt of Magma, sorry, is going to give me some very nice options when it comes to hitting things in AoE. I won't have to rely on LRD anymore. Or at least not as much. Having said that, it's still a good spell, right? I'm not going to not use it anymore. But I can now hit stuff like that. Maybe if I get a really good one here. Hey, that was pretty good. I got like 5 kills in one shot. Alright, so that is Lair done. I did not expect this character to take quite so long in Lair, so I will be finishing the video here. Yeah, so Rockbeard was the guy that everyone wanted, so, you know, I naturally picked him first. I hope that it doesn't suck too much for people who wanted to see the other characters. Whoa, whatever, I can drop those. Dropping my books, dropping this Joho thing, whatever it is. Drop the second one of Hasting, I don't really need it. Drop 4 scrolls of enchant. I don't need it right now. I don't really have anything that's worth enchanting. I suppose I can pick up, I can just enchant the helmet to get an extra AC. But apart from that, it's pretty good. We've got a lot of healing, we've got a lot of resources, we've got a lot of damage. So this character will be making it to at least 1 rune, I believe. I don't think there's any reason why he wouldn't. So yeah, thank you for watching. This is the continuation.